people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Waneta. Can't believe you don't know that. It's literally my channel name. Uh-oh, I think my ring is stuck. No, don't do this to me, please. Hi, fellow constituents of the internet. My name is Waneta, and this is a January favorites video. Before I get into this video, I do want to make a few disclaimers here and there. First, my hair. Let's talk about the big, giant, crazy, disheveled, ugly elephant in the room. I shaved my head at the beginning of this month, and then I realized that that was a really bad time to decide to shave my head because I live on the East Coast and winter decided to finally come. I'm anemic, mind you. Decided to do like a cool girl, like hit me cut with the baby bangs, and decided to give myself like a dip dye job. Obviously, as you can see, it didn't come out good. It looked worse. It looked really bad. It looked worse, but I'm slowly coming to terms with it because I really don't feel like doing anything. Well, there is nothing to do with my hair. My head is shaved. I'm literally bald. Yeah, my hair looks a bit cray-cray. I did my makeup for you guys, you know, just for you. Okay, monthly favorites. I have been having a pretty good January, personally. Personally, my January has been good. I've been seeing a lot online of people talking about how January has felt to them like the longest month ever. It feels like it's 3 months in one, or like January has a tendency to make sure you feel every single day. I personally feel the opposite. I feel the complete opposite. I feel like January has been going really quickly. It was literally January 1st. It's currently January 24th as I'm filming this. Where did all that time go? We're gonna be starting off with food. On my New Year's goals or like resolutions list, I wrote that this year I want to be very mindful about what I'm eating and what I'm putting into my body, because as someone who lives in the US, I think it would be dumb not to. Unfortunately, the food industry doesn't really have like the best interest of Americans or just like people who live in this country. So for me to be kind of eating the way I was, especially in 2024, it's not smart. I decided to go on a no added sugar. I hate saying the word diet because I feel like it just like alludes to something that I'm not trying to get at. Like I'm like, me eating clean, healthy or whatever is not for the sake of like looking a certain way. It's more so that down the line when I'm like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, I don't feel like and I can move my body around and I can feel like a capable, functioning, independent human being. So I don't want that word to like allude to like skinniness or like being snatched or like looking a certain way or like hashtag it girl, whatever. We don't do that around here, okay? We don't do that around here. Cottage cheese. Ooh, I love me some cottage cheese, girl. I love me some cottage cheese. Honestly, when it comes to dairy, cottage cheese is goated. #1, she's on top. I will take cottage cheese any day over yogurt. She's very underrated. Like the amount of protein you get in cottage cheese, you can eat it with a bunch of things. You can eat it with fruit. You can pair it with like eggs. You can, I don't know, make like a little snack out of it. You can put it in salads. I don't know. Cottage cheese is that girl, and I love her, and I did indeed eat a lot of her in January. I went to my local Aldi, picked up 2 freaking rubber containers. I picked up 2 rubber containers of cottage cheese, and I finished it within like 2 weeks, which honestly is not a long amount of time. Like usually I feel like I go through her like within a week, but had it with some papaya. One day I paired it with grapes. Oh my God, if you're watching this and you have some grapes in your fridge and you have cottage cheese, I want you to go pick both of them up, put it together and try it. Your life will be changed. If you don't have those things in your fridge and you can afford to, go to the grocery store, get those 2 things. Green grapes, to be specific, not some white grapes, not some Concord grapes, green grapes. Get you some crunchy green grapes, some cottage cheese, put it together and come back to me. Going on next, more fruits. Plums. I love plums. I think I don't really have a lot of favorites. Like I'm very indecisive also. What's the point of picking one thing when you can have it all? But when it comes to fruits, I guess like plums are kind of like up there for me. I love plums. I think it's currently plum season. I think plum season usually runs through, correct me if I'm wrong, like throughout either March or May all the way to December. So it's been plum season. Anytime it's plum season, I ravage my local grocery store. I get like 10 of them at a time. My mom also loves eating plums. I think I put her on. But anytime I get plums, like I buy a bunch of them and I put them in the fridge, I go back, they slowly start going missing and I'm like, okay, you've been eating them too, girl. I love plums. They're great. They're amazing. I feel like they're a very underrated fruit. No one talks about plums. What's that about? Like, what's that about? Pomegranates. Love pomegranates. Recently got put onto pomegranates. I think like a year or two ago. I am very distraught at the fact that pomegranate season is very, very short. I think pomegranate season is either through September or November. I think it might be August, like early August, wait, what am I talking about? No, early October. What am I going on about? My bad, y'all. Early October all the way till like mid or late December, depending on the grocery store that you go to. But I love me some pomegranates. You should try pomegranates if you haven't tried pomegranates. I will say, since I'm talking about pomegranates, I think that I've not been liking recently is the commodification of pomegranates on the internet. Like, I get it. Everyone loves to aesthetify things and like add meaning and symbolism to things, and like that's fine and all. But like sometimes y'all be taking it too far, like, and y'all don't know when to stop. The annoying cringy ass pomegranate poems talking about like cannibalism and like, oh, a man wouldn't like take his time. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with that bioessentialist bullshit. Like, hey guys, just eat the damn fruit. Just eat the damn fruit. Either you cut it up with your hands and you scrape for the seeds, or you can be very clean and precise with it. Cut it up in like certain parts, get a spoon, smack that bitch out, and eat the damn fruit. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to stop making those really bad poems about pomegranates. Enough is enough. I'm tired of it. We're all tired of it. I'm speaking for the collective. We're all tired of it. Stop it, please. Okay, moving on to media. Starting off with music. I've also been doing this thing recently where this year I'm trying to listen to more albums than singles. When listening to albums, I know that like obviously artists put a lot of time, energy, effort, and thought into albums. So I want to give time to it as well and kind of like catch on to the little Easter eggs or just like things that they put in their music. I don't really listen to albums like that, and that's something that I want to change. So this year what I've been doing is I try to listen to an album a day. I've been doing it on my Instagram story where I kind of like post an album I'm listening to. Through that, I found a lot of like really good music that I love, and I'm gonna share it with you because contrary to popular belief, I don't gatekeep. Starting off with Girl Sweet Voiced. This is an artist that I found through SoundCloud. Another thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move away from Spotify. I mentioned this in my September favorites, but I really hate Spotify's algorithm. By now, everyone knows that they use AI. Trying to move away from that music streaming platform and go towards other things, specifically more physical, so kind of like having CDs. But Girl Sweet Voiced, found her. I actually saw a TikTok of hers that she posted, a song that she made, and I was like, this is awesome, this is amazing. We need a Pink Panthers her. Like, we need to put her out there. Like, everybody go stream her music. So I went to her SoundCloud and her music is so good. She has a cover of Ripples by DeBí. If you know anything about me, you know I'm a big DeBí fan. I've low-key kind of like toned it down recently because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really a fan of like Beatrice's latest album. I'm not gonna talk about it, let's move on. And that cover is so beautiful. Her voice is so good, so crisp, so clear. You guys need to go listen to her. Link in bio, click that link, go listen to Girl Sweet Voiced. She's such a sweetheart too. She's so cute, like, and she followed me back on Instagram. I'm like, oh, love you down. Like, love you down, sister. Love you. I love your music. Here since day one. OG fan, here since day one. Next is Love Tonight by Shouse. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Like I mentioned, went to New York, was part of a production for a short film. On the third day of us filming, it was kind of very lax, so we all kind of like hopped on aux and we were just kind of cueing songs, and I think actually the director of the short film cued the song. It is so good. This is a song that when you hear, it makes you want to go to a club. I'm not someone who likes really like going out at night. For the most part, I like staying in, and I'm not saying that in like a very annoying, like, oh my gosh, like I'm not like other. Sometimes though, I just want to go to the club with a good DJ, not some TikTok DJ that's playing like the TikTok top 50, actually playing like good music, pulling from their crates. It seems like, actually, let me not say nobody does that anymore, because there's been a lot of really good DJs off of TikTok. Rest in peace, TikTok. I keep mentioning TikTok. I know TikTok is back now, guys, but I personally deleted my account. So RIP TikTok for me. But there's a lot of really good DJs that I found through TikTok, like Jacob Dior, for example. He's lit, like he's really lit. Next is Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda by Flo. If you're watching this and you don't know who Flo is, please, if there's one thing that you take from this entire video, please, for the love of God, listen to Flo. There's been such a drought of girl groups, I guess specifically in our generation. Like, I know girl groups kind of come up and then they kind of die. Aside from K-pop specifically in the Western world, there isn't really a lot of girl groups, and if there is, not all of them are black. Like the only one that I can think of is like Cat's Eye, that's doing the whole like global thing, which is cool, but like Cat's Eye needs to come out with new music. Touch, 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 touch. How many times are you gonna sing that song? Or the other one that's like, gotta have it my way, da na 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 na. Come up with something else. Like, I get it, guys. That was your debut. Honestly, though, they didn't debut that long, so I don't know why I'm complaining. Let me shut up. Manon, sister, I love you, love you, love you, love my Ghanaians. Hey, love my Ghanaians. Hey, Manon, love you. Going back to what I was saying, Flow, they came out with their debut album, Access All Areas. It's good. It's amazing. That intro with Cynthia. Is it Cynthia Erivo or Cynthia Erivo? Oh, Cynthia Erivo. My bad. My bad. Let me get that right. Cynthia Erivo. There's a bunch of songs on here that, well, actually, there's another song that I put on here too. Get It Till I'm Gone by Flo. It's on the same album. These two songs, I have been bumping them like crazy back to back, back to back, back to back. Get It Till I'm Gone. Oh my God, the vocals on that one. But yeah, you should go listen to the Flo album, Access All Areas. It's really good. I promise you it's life-changing. I just remembered, I'm seeing them in Brooklyn in April with my friend Jess. I'm excited. Come Home to God by Amaarae. I love Amaarae. Any plays that, any sector within the arts that Ghanaians are in, I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna make it my mission, my duty to find my people. This song specifically, I love kind of like the switch where it goes from like very minimal instrumentals. It's kind of like a cappella. She's singing, layered vocals supporting in the background. And then you start hearing that guitar and then it gets to the chorus and then she starts doing like a high note. Ooh, I love it. Next is Switch by SahBabii. Am I saying that wrong? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Kind of hate to say it, but an old talking stage of mine put me on to SahBabii or SahBabii. I really don't know. You know, you would think I know the name of the artist that I'm putting on my list, but hey, leave me alone. But an old talking stage of mine, which never again, put me on to SahBabii. We went on a date literally throughout the day because he decided to drive. He was just playing a bunch of like rap music or like K-pop and trying to like seem cool or whatever to me. Like, oh my gosh, like you with my music taste, like yes, like I got taste, right? I was on phase. I was just like, oh, okay, like cool. SahBabii, I think, started becoming like popular on TikTok recently with this song. I think this one. No, I'm lying. Oh, Viking. Fuck with it. Let me play it. Yeah, that song has been doing numbers on TikTok recently, but I personally love the song Switch by him. I think it like had a little moment on TikTok too at some point. As I was saying, I'm not as tapped in as to hip hop and rap as I am with other genres, but I'm trying to fix that. So I will admit, do I know the lyrics entirely to the song? Absolutely not. But like, that's low-key kind of not the point. Like, next is Boiled Peanuts by Doechii. Doechii's another artist that's been having her moment, thank God. Oh my God. Low-key, like the more I think of it, like dark-skinned women in music have been having their year. Well, last year and like, obviously now, but like over the past like 3 to 4 years, dark-skinned women have really been running it, specifically within like rap. I love the song by Doechii. The little like part that goes, it's a sunny day. The gang's all here. No chip on my shoulder. Ha 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 ha. Next, Bad Bunny. He's a bad bunny. I listened to Bad Bunny's entire album. The name of the album is DeBí TiRAR Más FOToS. The song that I like and love off the album is NUEVAYoL. I don't know how to like salsa, but this song makes me want to bust a move. The part where the beat switches and it goes from kind of like classic salsa to kind of like reggaeton. Love. Musical genius. Free Puerto Rico. I think you should listen to this album. It's really important. Even if you don't understand Spanish. Are my lashes on my eye? Oh. Okay, now we're transitioning into albums. Starting off with the miniseries 2 album by Sumin and Slom. Y'all, Y'all. Remember when I said I was an ex-K-poppy? I definitely am an ex-K-poppy. I don't listen. I'm not like as tapped in to K-pop as I used to be, like during my late high school, early college days. Okay, here's the thing. Here's my little qualm with like the categorization of K-pop. I hate the fact that any music that comes outside of Korea is categorized as K-pop. I think it's really stupid. I don't understand why that's the categorization. It gives me the same vibes as what's happening with Afrobeats right now, where like any African musician who makes music gets put into the Afrobeats category. Tyla, I'm talking about you. Love Tyla, love her down, but like she makes Amapiano. Like Amapiano is historically connected to South Africa. She's South African, she makes Amapiano. Don't even get me started on this rant. I'm gonna like start ranting about the whole like Grammy Afrobeat situation, and don't let me go there. I think their music, honestly, they kind of like go from genre to genre, because I think Sumin produces her own music and Slom is like her main producer, so they both on songs together, but she also kind of like, you know, comes up with like the lyrics and stuff. This album is amazing. This album is really amazing. It's really good. Stoplight from this album, really good song. Love. Why is another one. Honestly, why I think might like be my favorite song from this album. Too good. Like, it's too good. Like, I really have nothing else to say. I Did Bloom. This is the deluxe version by Yves. This album is really good. I think this is her sophomore album. And the songs that I like off of the I Did is Hashtag. I low-key think this should have been the title track. I don't know why Voila was the title track, but I'm not her management team. Next is Dim. I personally prefer the second half of this song than I do the first half, but I also can appreciate that it's supposed to be like that. It's kind of like building you up to the crescendo, but the second half of this song is so good. I've seen some like Luna edits to the second half of this song, and ooh, if you were there, you know. If you were there, you know. Orbit, like, if you were there, you know. You know. And lastly, See You in Hell. This is an additional song that got added to the deluxe version. I love rock music. I think that's honestly like my favorite genre of music. I love subgenres of rock. And with that, I'm very strict and I'm very picky about rock music. I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of artists who don't necessarily make rock music, anytime that they want to have like a little edge to them or like seem like, oh my gosh, like I'm going through something rough around the edges or like raw or whatever, they choose to make a rock song. And I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times, to me, it just comes out very phony. It comes out very poser. I'm sorry to use that word, but like that's literally the only thing that's coming in my mind right now. It just gives very kind of like, your heart isn't in it. Like, you're not really about it. You're not really about this shit. Like, you just found some like rock sounding chord progression, sang over that chord progression, and then you added like a crazy like crush to your voice, and you think that's a rock song. I hate that. When I stop listening to artists' music, it's usually because they do that. Unfortunately, I did that to an artist that I'm not gonna mention because I don't want to get attacked by their fan base. I just don't like it. Like, I don't like it when they do that. Like, you could take the time to learn about rock music and like be actually raw. And it could really help you amplify the feelings and the message that you're trying to like say in the song. But no, like people do it like it's some cute little like rah, like rah, rah, oh my gosh, guys, I'm so different, like rah. I don't know why I'm going on this long tangent, but I'm trying to say that this song does not do that, and I appreciate that, and I love it. I think it's really good. I think her voice really suits that genre, and I'm hoping to see her make more music like this. Next is Studio One presents Jennifer Lara. This is a very summer album. This album is about love. Like literally all the songs on this list have the word love in it. So first is Ain't No Love. Next one is Our Love, Loving You, Consider Me, and Close to You. I love this album. It's really good. I need to listen to it again. I listened to it when I was driving. I was kind of like running errands, so like I had it playing in my car as I was going around, and I just kind of like added songs that I liked to my like liked section or like my playlist or whatever, like my shuffle. Okay, moving on to movies. There's literally one movie on here, so I don't know why it's movies. I guess like movie. The Holdovers. The Holdovers. I love The Holdovers. Low-key think it might be one of my favorite movies. Like I said, I don't really have a lot of favorites, but that movie is really good. I watched it again with my friend Jennifer. I watched it again with my friend Jess when I went to New York. I stayed at hers and we watched it. I think she liked it. She said she liked it, so I'm gonna take her word for it. I love this movie. I love the soundtrack of this movie. A lot of Labi Sifri in this. the progression of this movie. I've tried watching this movie with my friends, I think like on 2 accounts or 3 accounts, and every time we never finish watching this movie because either they're not paying attention. Low-key, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really the best person to watch a movie with, or at least a movie that I've seen and the other person hasn't seen, because I'll be annoying about it. I'm like, why are you on your phone? Like, why are you not paying attention right now? Like, this part's really good. Why are you not paying attention right now? Like, you're literally missing a major plot line. Pay attention. I can't remember her name, but if you've seen High Fidelity, she plays Charisse in High Fidelity. I'm definitely going to look into her, is it discography for filmmakers? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to look into her list, her portfolio, her works, things that she's been in, and try to watch all of her works. But love The Holdovers, a Christmas classic, methinks. Moving on to YouTubers and YouTube. I have been on a YouTube kick once again lately, especially following the TikTok ban. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was low-key, I won't say like I was ecstatic that TikTok was getting banned, because in other contexts, like the fact that a lot of creators that I found through that app, a lot of musicians, artists, just a slew of people that I found through that app. So I was like very distraught in that extent that all these people like being able to further their careers and like find a footing in prospective industries that they're in, as well as make an income from TikTok. Like, I was very distraught about that. I was like, oh, that's really sad. But in terms of like consuming, I was consuming way too much content on TikTok versus creating. Like, it was really bad for me. So yeah, with the TikTok ban happening, I was like consuming more YouTubers, more long form content, trying to rewire my brain to being able to consume long form content. And it's not that I do, but I'm just like very specific about the type of long form content that I can consume. A YouTuber that I found, I think like either a month or 2 ago, I found her through her Brooklyn studio or apartment tour. Her apartment is so cute, her cat is so cute. Genuinely like manifesting through her, living vicariously through her. Also, someone like made a tweet where they were like, oh, like, can you guys like recommend me some YouTubers who are like XYZ YouTuber? And when I went through that list, I noticed every single one of those YouTubers was either white or East Asian. And I clocked it. I clocked the tea. I was like, a lot of you don't want to hear this, and a lot of you are going to hate to hear this, but y'all be doing paper bags when it comes to like creators that you consume. For some reason, y'all just feel very weirdly, I don't know. Like, why is it so hard for you to consume content creators that are darker skinned? Content creators that are black, content creators that are South Asian, content creators that are Southeast Asian, content creators that are Latino, content creators that are not white or Southeast Asian, or what? Content creators that are not white or East Asian. Like, what is with that? What's up about that? Like, I be clocking it, and I usually don't say anything, because the moment you say it, then it's like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, but no, like, let's be real, let's be honest. Y'all be doing the paperback test, and it's really fucking weird. So I subtweeted that tweet, and I was like, y'all be doing a paperback test when it comes to content creators and YouTubers. Here are some content creators that I liked, and she was one of them on my list. One of her videos, I think it's called like Girl Unemployed, is doing really well right now, and I'm so happy for her. So glad. We need more creators of color. I was gonna say like women of color creators, but even then, like when it comes to, I guess, like content creators within, I don't know what niche of YouTube you'd call this, you don't really see a lot of male content creators, let alone like ones of color. So let's do something about that, guys. Let's do something about that. Next is Cosmic Orchid. I love her videos. Once again, as I said in my previous favorites video, my September favorites, YouTube is currently going through a renaissance. I think it's been like slowly brewing for the past 2 years, but obviously now with that whole weird like, oh, is TikTok gonna get banned? I've noticed like within this past week alone, there's been a big migration of creators on here. Creators that I watched and consumed on TikTok, their videos recommended on my YouTube recommendations. So yes, definitely, I feel like there are a lot of very cool, introspective, creative, fresh creators that are just simply making videos for the sake of making videos, trying to translate a feeling or just like document their life. And their motivations are not views or likes or subscribers or like analytics. At some point, everyone can attest to this, at some point on this platform, it was just constant, like very much cookie cutter content, like moving to New York, day in my life, Pilates vlog, what I eat in a day or what I eat in a week, it girl, Pinterest girl content. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I did consume some of that here and there, but like after a while, it gets boring, it gets repetitive. What else do you contribute to the world aside from looking good? Like, what is it? Like, but back to Cosmic Orchid. I love her videos. I love her editing style. I think another thing too with me trying to come back to YouTube again, I'm trying to pull inspiration from other creators, and specifically with editing, because I feel like I've completely lost the sauce when it comes to editing. For the longest time, I was editing vlogs mostly, and like I was editing them a very specific way. So now that I'm kind of like back to the basics and I'm trying to find my editing style again, it's kind of hard. So it's really nice watching creators who you can tell that they're having fun with their videos and their editing, and they're just kind of like painting a picture as you watch. Next is this video by Lucas Washburn titled Homies Mixing R&B. Very self-explanatory. It's just a bunch of kids just kind of like mixing some R&B, DJing, and it's fun. A lot of good music. I think it's about an hour long. I'll link it in my, I'll have like a little like link or document in my description for all of these if you're interested. Next is Flo Ladol. I love her videos. Another creator that I've really been into. The last video that I watched of hers, I didn't finish it. I'm still like in the process of watching it because it's about, I think, almost 2 hours long if I'm not mistaken. But it's called The Absolute Right to Mess Up Your Own Life. And in this video, she's kind of talking about her experiences with growing up, turning 20, kind of going through a very, or like a period of your life that's considered very important and monumental and like transitional. The moment you graduate high school and the time that you're supposed to be in college or whatever, up until I guess like your 30s, this is the time that most people emphasize, like a lot of people deem as like the most important years of your life. I try not to fall into that, although it's hard as hell. But it's a really hard time because like you're constantly thinking, am I doing things right? Like, is what I'm pursuing going to end me? I don't know, is what I'm pursuing going to land me somewhere that I see myself or somewhere that I want to end up? Am I wasting my time? She basically kind of just talks about her experience throughout high school, graduating high school, not having the wish to go to college, and kind of like being very confused throughout that period up till now, kind of like pursuing YouTube full-time, becoming a full-time creative, you know, making art and selling her art. And I really resonated with that, even though I personally went to college. But when I was graduating high school, when I tell y'all, I was like very lost as to like what I wanted to do. All I knew was that I wanted to take a gap year, but I was even afraid of the notion of bringing that up to my parents. So I kind of just sucked it up and I went to college. Also, that was like 2020 COVID. So honestly, that would have been low-key the perfect time for me to take a gap year. But like also that fear of like, okay, what if I don't end up going to college? What the hell am I going to do? Like, I'm going on a tangent here. I might talk about this like in another video if you guys kind of want. I've been wanting to like talk about that and like go through kind of like my college experience like prior to that and after. Yeah, this video was like very enlightening because it's like, unfortunately, a lot of us have that feeling, and it was really nice to see someone be like very open and vulnerable about that on the internet. So I would recommend you watching it. Okay, next one is by Dags, called On Lesbianism. I have recently picked that sounds really funny to say. I've recently picked an interest in like lesbianism. That's so funny. But I've recently been, I really don't know where to go with that sentence, but basically it's a video about this masked lesbian talking about their experiences being a lesbian, being a masked lesbian and a masked lesbian of color, comparing it and talking about the differences that they see within their lesbian relationship versus heterosexual relationships. I think it's really insightful. We're already in the final category. Oh my gosh. Wow. I've titled this as others. So starting off with travel, work, collaboration. Like I mentioned, I've been working a lot with like other creatives. I've been on like different production teams and like sets and stuff. And I've been really happy because that is what I wanted to do. That's what I've been wanting to do for a while, especially being post-grad. Being unemployed, like not finding any success trying to find a job in marketing. It's been very disheartening and like very scary, I'm not gonna lie. But with that, I kind of made, I don't want to say like I made the decision. It wasn't like a, I'm gonna start freelancing now. It was just kind of like, let me dip my toes into like freelance work. And it's been working out for me, like kind of crazy. Working out better than I expected. And I've just been on set. Like, it's been really nice kind of seeing people really bring their vision to life and like the passion that specifically Black creatives have. I've been able to interact and like talk to Black actors, interact and talk to Black musicians, talk to Black videographers, cinematographers, photographers, and it's been really, really nice. Like, I think when you're kind of doing whatever you're doing by yourself for so long as an artist, you slowly start to lose that fire and that passion that you have because it's just kind of you. Sometimes you just need others to like help you reignite that like fire and that passion and remind you why you're working towards what you're working towards. And it's not necessarily like success or like getting critical acclaim or like getting this award or like even money. Like, yes, it would be nice to be able to like make money off of what I'm doing because right now it's very much hashtag doing things for free, but just the feeling that you get, you know, coming up with an idea, sitting down, talking it out, fleshing it out, actually working on it, seeing it come to life, and then like finalizing it and then seeing like a body of work like as evidence of something that you had in your head. That's crazy to me. That's insane to me. I love it. I love that feeling. So that's been really nice. Shaving my head. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, I shaved my head literally first week of January. I took out my sew-in and I was like, oh, my hair looks great, great. So I shaved that shit off. It's been nice. It's been nice. I think the act of me doing that was kind of like a testament to me not holding on to things that don't serve me good or serve me well, which was another thing on like my New Year's list, resolutions, whatever. I don't want to hold on to things that are not going to end me anywhere simply for the fact that I've just been comfortable or like used to something or a person or a place or whatever. And yeah, that's basically it. Next is journals. Let me get my journals so I can show you guys my journal setup. Okay, so turns out that I actually didn't film the last portion of this. Oh, my mic isn't even on. Oh my god. Give me 2 seconds. Woo! Technical difficulties. Talk about trying to be a YouTuber, man. Oh my god. I thought it got filmed on my camera. Turns out it didn't. So we're going to the OG, the MacBook photo booth. I was talking about my journals and my journal setup. I'm not going to go in detail as much as I did like for the past 12 minutes. If you guys want a more in-depth journal setup video, let me know. I would love to film that. I was talking about this, my journal from 2024. I am really bad at journaling. I'm trying to be better at it. My kind of process of journaling is I do junk journaling. It's just what works best for me. It's kind of like low pressure, like low commitment. I don't have to like dedicate or like a lot time to like sitting down in the morning or at the end of the day to journal or like whatever time that I would like to journal. It's really nice. Easygoing. There's a lot of pages in here because like once again I did not use this in 2024 like I thought I would. There's literally all these pages, so I was like, why not just use it again? Reason why I added this to my favorites is because I've went in and I've kind of written out my goals and my lists. And then to be even more precise with it, I kind of went ahead and I'm blanking on a word. I went ahead and I assigned certain goals, accomplishments or whatever that I wanted to get done to certain quarters of the year. So there's 4 quarters in the year. I was like, by this quarter, I want to do this, and that. This quarter, I want to do this, and that. And then each month, kind of like write down what I'd like to accomplish in the month. I've done that for like first quarter, so up until March. But yes, my journal. Awesome. Next is my trusty content calendar. Very self-explanatory. It's a content calendar. I want to take YouTube and just kind of like making videos more seriously this year. I guess like both sectors, kind of like doing it professionally and just for funsies. Like, so I thought it would be smart to get a content calendar because in the past I just kind of dump everything in my Google Calendar and it was just very overwhelming. Too many things happening at once and I just kind of had to prioritize. So I was like prioritizing school and like work obviously. But now, since I'm unemployed and out of school, what better time to be disciplined? And then last but not least, I have 2 other notebooks / like books that are not here physically. But this one is this little cute book that a friend of mine gave to me, just gave me this. I just kind of use it as my daily to-do because in undergrad, I had this little system where I had these sticky to-do lists and I'd put them at the base of my laptop and I just like write down things that I wanted to get done by the end of the day. It was really helpful because I am an out of sight, out of mind person. So obviously consistently had to be on the laptop for school. I'd kind of like see it, be like, okay, I need to do this. I haven't done this yet. I need to get this done by the end of the day, you know? But obviously not in school anymore. Don't really have to be on my laptop. So it's nice to have this. I can throw it in my bag, throw it in my bagoo, throw it in my backpack and whatever bag. Like this. Like, and then I can go through, check it off, be like, okay, got that done. Yes, that was it. That was it for my monthly favorites. It feels kind of weird having to do this outro again, but I guess we'll do it again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending however much time you've spent with me. I definitely did talk a lot, but I also tried to speedrun this because I'm trying not to make these type of videos too long, like whatever. Oh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hopefully I said that. I don't think I did, but hopefully this new year and the first month of the new year has been treating you well. If not, that's okay, Poogs. It's okay. You'll get them next month. If it has, let me know what you've been doing, what you've been up to this month. Also, if you like anything from the list of things that I just mentioned, let me know. If anything on here you vibe with, let me know. Let's talk it out, like chat. Let's chat it out in the chat. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My stomach is making crazy sounds right now. I need to go really, really, really bad. I'm gonna just like drop a big one. So I guess this is the end of the video. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Peace. Oh!